Man, talking about most avoided fighters of all time. In modern history, Paul Williams probably was the most avoided fighter that I can remember. You know, a lot of people want to talk about Golovkin, can't find a fight. He was avoided. Well, nobody was more avoided in this modern era than Paul Williams from what I can remember, especially through the mid-2000s. This your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. Now, we talked about briefly, like years ago when I was doing work with another channel, we talked about Keith Thurman taking on that moniker of Paul Williams being very avoided. Now, Paul Williams was avoided by every top welterweight at welterweight. You know, Floyd didn't want to fight him. Manny Pacquiao didn't want to fight him. Cotto didn't fight him. You know, the list goes on. You know, Mosley, I don't know if he was around that weight still. I guess he would be. He didn't want to fight him. Berto, he was popping at the time. He didn't want to fight him. You know, all those guys. You know, a lot of guys didn't want to fight him. You know, even when he lost to Carlos Quintana, still couldn't get a fight. Nobody wanted to fight him. He had to go fight another avoided fighter in Wiki Wright and move up in weight. That's how bad it had gotten. You know, and I think, you know, Errol Spence is legitimately stepping into that moniker now, being a Paul Williams most avoided fighter. I think legit he gets that stamp of approval right there. It's not one that you really want, but it's kind of a badge of honor at the same time. Now, we thought Keith Thurman was that guy, but I beg to differ. Keith Thurman had after Keith Thurman had that Collazo fight, he busted out that moniker. He showed that he was human. Had close fights with Sean Porter. Now everybody wants to fight him. You know. Now once the blueprint is set on Errol Spence, a lot of people gonna want to fight him. You know, once, you know, people say, well, you know, Kell Brook was having success early on the fight. Usually when somebody has somebody shows the blueprint how to beat a guy, or shows a guy is vulnerable in the sport of boxing, that's quote-unquote fear and avoided, you know what happens? He gets a lot of suitors. So Kell Brook didn't expose Errol Spence, for those fans saying that, because still nobody wants to fight Errol Spence. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter was going to fight each other, but now it was like they going separate bouts. I thought Sean Porter was going to do a quick turnaround with Thomas Delorme and turn around and fight Danny Garcia in the fall, which still can be a high possibility, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Danny Garcia is looking at Brandon Rios. So these guys are going different ways. Don't care what you say. Don't care who ducks, squats, you know, duck, goose, or who cherry picks who anymore. They don't care what's being said about them no more. You know, they'd rather be punani, a pussy, you know, excuse my French, than fight Errol Spence. This is getting out of control. This is getting crazy. But Errol Spence is adopting that moniker. I think he is that moniker. I don't think Keith Thurman fully got to wear that whole outfit, that whole superhero outfit. Guys are going to continue to duck Errol Spence. You know, maybe when he gets him, they said when he got a belt, guys was going to want to fight him after he paid his dues and came up. Now that he got a belt, then when if you ever get Keith Thurman in the ring or get 2 or 3 belts in a row, guys still going to be turning out offers to fight him at that point too. So then what's going to be said? He can't get the opportunity, even with Al Haymon. Imagine if this guy's with some low promoter, you know, that he wouldn't even be anywhere. So he might have to go to Paul Williams, right? He might have to move up to make a statement. You know, it sounds crazy as it does sound. I don't think Keith Thurman's going to fight him. I really don't. And this guy's going to have to fight mediocre fighters and mandatories, and the IBF top 15 is horrible. Just looked at it today or the other day. It's horrible. So this guy got a tough long road, and the Paul Williams superhero outfit, it ain't nothing that you want to have, but it is a badge of honor. Because it shows that how highly people think of you because they don't want to step in the ring with you. So what he's going to do from here, who knows? Who knows? Kill himself to make welterweight, or he going to move up or do the Paul Williams route, but we'll see. We gone.